Had to stop writing you back. Too young for a fucking attachment. I'm like a biker with swag. Zippers on my jacket like I'm Michael Jackson.
Alright guys, I got another story time for y'all. I didn't want to have to make this video, but I might have to. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to, because you'll find out eventually, years down the line. But so sorry about that. It's been a rough week for me. You can tell by the title of the video. This, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys about this time when it's been rough. Like, you have no idea like how rough this week has been. I've never thought that anything like this would happen to me. So I lost my arm. So tasks such as easy as eating and drinking. I'm drinking tea right now because I also have a little cold. It's tough because I only have one arm. Fortunately, it's my right arm, the arm that I use. It's hard for me to open packages. You see, I have to use my teeth now. I gotta use other objects on my body, and I have a special feeling in my heart for people who were born like this now, because I understand your pain. So let's get into the story. It's just one thing I gotta tell you before we start this video. Don't be mad at me, but that's a big cap. I got both my arms.
Gotcha, bitch.
Dog, I pray I never lose my arms. Sorry to anybody watching this video that might have one limb. I'm sorry. I just thought that would be a dope intro, you know, because I like to fool around. I'm a foolio. But this is a real story time, and it is about my arm. But it's about my right arm. And this story really don't have any substance, but I wanted to tell you about it because it's kind of a funny story. So I just had to add something in there. But anyway, so also don't be mad at me about this. Don't judge me. So my parents have been divorced for about 15 years or so now, something like that, going on 16 or whatever. So up until I was, well, all of my siblings, I'm the youngest of 4. Well, between me and my 2 siblings that come from the same mom and dad, I'm not about to give away my whole family tree, nothing like that. It's none of your business. Maybe you'll learn one day. But anyway, me and my 2 siblings that we are my full siblings, we spent the night with my dad up until about 8th grade of high school or so. So I was the last one. I stayed there the longest out of anybody, because when my mom and dad divorced, my sister was a junior and my brother was a sophomore. So they was almost going to college and they was grown. So they didn't stay too long. They only stayed for about a year or so because they was too old, obviously, to be sleeping, to be spending the night with my dad or whatever. They had stuff they wanted to do. So I stayed and continued to stay with my dad every weekend so I was 5 when they divorced. Up until I was about 13 or 14. So I did this for about 8 or 9 years. Every weekend I spent with my dad. So this is where I drew the line, and I realized that it was time for me to stop going over his crib because there wasn't no space. He had a small apartment. So, and he also had a futon bed. They have king and queen size futons. I think I'm not sure. I don't know nothing about futons. I'm a bed kind of guy myself. But anyway, he had a futon because he wanted to be able to watch TV and then just pull that joint out into a bed. That's the cool thing about futons. So his bed was meant for one person. It was a single person bed, whatever size that may be, twin, whatever. I'm not I'm not familiar with the bed sizes. So anyway, I slept with him up until around this time. Yeah, don't judge me. I slept with my dad. I didn't have nowhere else to sleep. He didn't want me to sleep on the floor. So anyway, I was about 13 at the time. My dad's about 6 feet. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". At this time, I wasn't the same height I am now. I was obviously a kid. I was probably about 5'6" or 5'7", or I wasn't too short, 5'5", something like that. So it was getting around the time I was getting too big, and this is what made me realize that. So, like I said, we slept in this little bed, you know. I was still a kid, so it ain't that bad. I was still a child, guys, so, yeah. People sleep with their parents now. I know you do. I know grown folks sleep with their parents, but regardless. His bed was small, like I said, so it was meant for one person, but I slept on the edge towards the wall, and he slept towards the foot of the bed on the side, because he didn't want me to fall over, I guess. He didn't want me to roll out the bed. So, yeah. So yeah, like I said, the bed was small. I slept on the edge. This particular night, this is where I drew the line. So I'm sleeping, guys. I'm sleeping. I'm in a deep sleep. The bed was mighty comfortable, might I add. That thing might be one of the most comfortable beds I've ever slept on in my life. So, yeah, I just happened to wake up in the middle of the night, and usually I would toss and turn because I would have to get up completely to switch sides. You know, I'm a light sleeper or whatever. So, not a light sleeper, but I mean like a wild sleeper. That's the correct term. I'm a wild sleeper. So, I move around the bed a lot, you know, with the bed being small and me being so large at the time. You know, like I said, I was a kid, but I was still kind of tall. I was like 5'4", 5'5", something like that. Somewhere around that 5'4" to 5'6" range. That's too big of a human being to be sleeping with another grown man. Not another grown man, but one grown man. So I should have known before that. So yeah, I'm a wild sleeper. I like to move around. So I got up completely to turn around. I was going to. So I was facing towards the wall in which I sleep. So I woke up to turn around and face the other way. And I see a hand in my face. And it's just sitting there. You know, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I thought it was my dad's hand. So I pick his hand up. And I just toss it. Just like that. I just threw the arm. Just like that. I threw it over and hit my dad in the face. I was like, uh-oh, that's not right. Did I just break dude's arm? Because ain't no way his arm should be able to, no, that's not right, you know. I thought I broke his arm or something. So then when I threw the arm, I get up and I'm looking and I realized that was my arm. So now my arm's just sitting. Well, let me try to get up and show y'all. Look, my arm just sitting right here, just like this. Look. It's sitting just like this against my leg. And I'm tweaking. I'm like, what? That was my arm? How I just sling my arm like that? And bruh, I kid you not. That was the weirdest feeling ever, dude. I just fell asleep with my arm. I ain't never ever had no feeling like that. I threw my hand and I swung it like Mike Epps did. Like Mike Epps did in his stand-up, bro. I don't know. I guess I was sleeping on it. Then that's when I drew the line. I was like, I'm obviously too big to be sleeping in the bed with him. So I drew the line right there. I fell asleep on my arm. I'm like, oh no, I can't have this. But dude, that was the weirdest feeling I ever had in my life. I was staring my own dead arm in the face. Like when your limbs fall asleep, they like die for a second because all the blood circulation cutting off, so it ain't getting no circulation. It's like your limbs die. So I didn't feel it. I still didn't feel it. I had to move it around and gain feeling back in my hand. But till this day, I just can't get over this story. Every time I tell somebody this story, they be dying laughing. Especially my siblings, because they say they can picture it. But yeah, so I just had to throw some fluff up in the story. That's what all the, clickbait was for. You know, I'm about to clickbait. Hope you enjoyed though. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you ever had a similar story. Hit that sub button. Let's get ready for 2K, dog. I'm excited and I'm out.